Welcome, very good evening to all my viewers who are from Indian subcontinent, Australians who are in Australia. Tomorrow it's a great day for all of us. It's a time for celebration. It's a time for feeling proud. It's a time to celebrate the joy of our own identity as Australian, our identity as Indian. So all the wishes in advance on Indian Republic Day and also the Australia Day. For me, this day is very, very special because coming from India, being Indian origin, and now being Australian, this day gives me double up of the celebration. And on this celebration, I'm going to celebrate. I'm also going to share with you, I'm going to present you a very, very young Australian talent who recently won the Junior Citizen of the Year award by Parramatta Council. Just to let you know, this Junior Citizen of the Year award is awarded to the person who is under 19 years of age and who is doing something remarkable, something amazingly great. So you can see Antonio is with us. Antonio, welcome to Harita's conversation.
Hello.
So Antonio sorry, I misspelled it again. Give me 1 second. Everybody, I'm so very much sorry for mispronouncing the name. Antonio Rajaratnam. He is awarded as the Australian Citizen of the Year 2021. After the COVID pandemic, we need somebody like him to show the inspiration, to share the ray of hope, to motivate everybody. So tell us about yourself, Antonio. Introduce yourself, your family, your hobbies, your school, everything, whatever.
Okay. My parents moved here from Sri Lanka. I was born here in 2003. I'm the oldest of three children and graduated last year, so amidst COVID. My interests are biology and animals, but also I enjoy acting. I was in the school drama club from year 7 to 11. And my favorite role probably was acting as the villain Rekmara in our iteration of the Amulets, which by Edith Nesbit.
That's so diverse field you are talking about, Antonio. Interested in drama, interested in acting, and interested in science. Oh my God, two opposite world you are catching it up. That's really, really good to know about you. So let's talk about your journey from start getting involved into community services to doing something and achieving this so big honor on this day. So how did you get interested in community services and participate in activities via your school, your community? Tell us about your community service experiences.
My parents always taught me the importance of giving back to others as well as serving others. And from a young age, mom had told me that I should help in the church by being an altar server, a role that I'm still doing today. I also helped mom and she would go to the aged care centers and help pray with the elderly and such with them. This my school that I went to also embraced this culture of giving, and that's why in year 10 our Gala Day fundraiser project was to help a Aboriginal community in Kempsey build a mini shelter. We raised over $37,000, and our class, as well as some builders, went down to build the shelter there. And the local newspaper actually published it saying with the headline "Prayers Answered." So they were very thankful for our help. Um, after
Oh,
I finished, after I finished year 12, I've been helping with the school camps as well as helping in the food bank nearby. So yeah.
oh, cool. If you can share a brief, little bit more, if you can explain, because many of the viewers they do not know what is Aboriginal community is and what is the shelter is like. If you
Uh,
can just explain what, how does this shelter is helpful for the community?
okay, so the pastor there would always meet in this little field outside his house. But so the reason that he wanted the shelter to be built was because on rainy days, people would you would talk to there would be nowhere for them to go, so to talk and meet up as a group. So yeah,
Okay, so this shelter helps a community, especially the Aboriginal community, who are the First Nations, who are the original people of Australia.
yeah,
They can meet, they can do community activity out of their house, in a common place where they can be tension free and they can just get along with each other. Is that right?
yeah, as well as pray and other stuff like that. Like, hmm.
Okay. And you also mentioned about the food bank. What do you do with the food bank?
Okay, so once a week, well, we haven't started that yet this year. I would go and help at the food bank, check out food, set up the shelves, stock, help rearrange stuff for and yeah,
Oh, that's
distribute.
really, really wonderful work.
Yeah,
Okay. So we talk about your community service. You shared that you were into the drama club, and the most thing surprises me that how an artist can go into the science thing. And science, it's always sounds scary. It sounds very serious topic for a serious people. How did you jump into the science?
I was always fascinated with animals. Whenever we didn't travel much in the holidays, but when we did, we will always go to zoos or parks or museums to just, and that's my passion. And whenever I would always watch documentaries as a kid, it and some of my heroes are Jeremy Wade, which was a biologist who did a documentary called River Monsters, or David Attenborough, or thousands of other people that haven't been heard of.
Oh my God. And Australia is a land of different creatures, different
Yeah.
animals. So that boosted your thing. Okay, so tell me about your science journey. As you said, you were always interested in animals, their life, the creatures, their life, insects, their life. How did you get interested in the research what you did? And you were awarded as a young scientist, right?
Yes. So it started near the end of year 10 when my biology teacher, Mr. Joel Poyet, had approached me. Yeah, for year 11 biology, you have to do a depth study, which is a in-depth research on anything in biology that includes plants or animals. So he presented me with the idea of researching the sand fairy, a supposedly extinct cicada, which is like which I would call them a beetle, but I might offend some people. So they're little insects that you can hear calling. So um, uh, it was supposed extinct over 100 years in the Sydney region due to the rapid building and removal of their host plant, the hairy spinifex, on beaches. So in year so for that project, I basically went from all the way down to the entire northern beach is all down to Bondi. So, and on those 36 beaches, we only found them on 4. So, yeah, that's the start of the project. But due to their small size, is it was incredibly hard to find them. So that
Yes.
won me a silver award in in the Young Scientist depth study category. And
Okay.
then in year 12,
Yeah.
I chose science extension, which also asked for a project. So I continued that project. Instead of finding them, I found out I wanted to fill in the blanks of the research because due to its extinction on most beaches, not a lot is known about it. So yeah, we recorded a lot of feet that we actually found out confirmed that they actually feed on the grass, spinifex grass, as well as we actually filmed them mating and laying the eggs. So yeah, it was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, and
so this, yeah, sorry, go ahead. And
because it's such a small creature, you wouldn't be able to capture it so easily. And yeah,
okay. So as you mentioned, you began a journey in grade 10th, 11th, and you extended it. The question is, and you also mentioned that they were like, not documented or not found kind of thing. In how many, if I look back in the history, you are the first person in how many years to do this?
100 years. The most in-depth one was roughly 100 years ago.
Oh,
Recorded,
wow.
and that was when it was first discovered, formally category researched or found. So
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So the first person at this young age to do the research, to document something, it's amazing. It's really inspiration. Antonio, heartily congratulations for this.
thank you.
So after all these achievements, what's the future plan?
I plan to go into research science, and I'm going to Charles Sturt in Wagga Wagga to do vet tech. So that will allow me to help work at veterinary tech clinics as well as do animal research. So I'm also planning to further my research into the sand fairy. As you can see behind me, I have a little tank here, which
Can you
have
just
the,
zoom it a little bit more so we can see it? Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So that tank, because cicadas lay their eggs, we can, and because we don't know when they emerge, this is the first time we will be able to breed cicadas in captivity, because most cicadas actually lay their eggs in trees. And I don't know about you, but I don't think you'll be able to fit a tree inside a tank or anything.
No, that's true.
So yeah,
Okay. So I would also paste the photo in the comment if somebody doesn't know what we are talking about or
yeah,
what feature we are talking about. It's easier if I put the photo in the description link. And I would also request Antonio to write a tiny brief couple of lines so the audience can understand who is watching it now or who can watch later what
yeah.
we are talking about and what this whole thing is all about. Okay, so
Okay.
you are going on the research side, you are doing this. I also know about a couple of your achievements. There must be many. If you can share some more achievements of yours.
Uh, well, for one of my greatest achievements is actually finishing year 12 in this kind of year. I'm I'm not a I wouldn't say I was a B plus student or A plus student. I would just say I'm average. So
Mhm.
yeah, but my other achievements are um, I did many speech and drama competitions when I was younger, so I've got awards for that. Uh, and yeah, being the year it is, also the school had recognized my contribution for science, and they gave me this year's STEM award in honor of our former principal, Max Shore.
Oh,
Mm.
wow. So, as and when we discover more, Antonio has ample of talent. We are learning about turn and turn. So, Antonio, you mentioned that you are an average student, and I would like your message because many of the Indian subcontinent parents I have seen, they always wanted their kids to be the A plus student, to be on the top of the class.
Yeah.
What do you think on that?
Could you say it again? You faded out.
Okay. I'm saying, like, generally, the Indian subcontinent parents, they want their kid to be the top in the class. They don't want their kid to be an average student. But being an average, you achieved a lot. What's your thought on this?
I mean, it's hard to say. I believe parents should push their children to do their best, but sometimes the best is average, but that shouldn't be an excuse to try and reach higher.
Good. And before we end, the last question or the last message, if you would like to give to the Australians, to the young Australians, or your peer group on Australia Day.
My message is that anyone can do anything if you put your mind to it. I've learned this over many years, as well as always give others. No,
Take your time.
if you really don't let failure hold you back. I've learned that the hard way, that you have to step forward from failure in order to move forward. So, and doesn't matter if you believe that what you're doing is so small and insignificant. There's so many things that we Australians do that don't get on the news, but just a small act of kindness, like this 93-year-old finally got a recognition on the Australia Day, where it's for supporting war veterans and the widows of the veterans. It's just little acts like this, even though during this time of COVID, we can still do great things. So regardless of our differences, we can stay and for something.
True. Antonio, you made me curious. Just the last question. You said you learned the failure is just the, full stop just the comma in the journey, and you learned it in a hard way. What happened?
I wished I did better in school, but I realize now that that's probably just going to hold me back. So I am going to study harder, definitely.
That's so wonderful. Okay. Thank you so very much, Antonio, for your time, and wish you a very, very luck, happiness, success in the future, and wishes for the Australia Day as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. See you next time.